Yes.
As women allow more toxicity in their lives, they lose their feminine energy as they grow. As you allow toxic friends, toxic spouses, toxic friends, toxic situations, if you allow yourself to be in toxic situations,
you're always in trauma mode. You're always in trauma mode.
You're always going to want to fight.
Well.
You're always going to, and that's what makes a lot of women lose. You see a lot of women in bad marriages now. It's very sad.
It's the big conversation where the real ones talk. From the heart of the nation, we all take that walk. Through the fire, through the facts, we don't hold back. It's the big
It's a beautiful Tuesday, and you can almost feel the year slowly wrapping up. And as we think about wrapping up the year, we're also thinking about how we're showing up, especially as women, and even more if you're raising young women yourself. We're talking about staying feminine at every age. How do we maintain that grace, confidence, and hygiene that define our femininity? Even as life evolves, responsibilities pile up and priorities shift. My name is Osarinoma Saba. Most people know me as the Edo Queen, or the ringleader for the Gen Zs on this table, and welcome to the big conversation, where we have real talk about real issues that shape who we are and who we are becoming. It's about to be an interesting morning, so let's take a look at the headlines first and come to speed with the current trends in our nation. I'm joined with the beautiful ladies this morning. Hi, Ronnie.
Hello.
Hi, Emma. How you doing?
Hi, good morning.
Love it. It's the glasses for me.
I know, right?
Well, I do something. When you see the glasses,
Give me the Real Housewives vibes.
Yes, to be honest. But I'll start with my headline. Anyways, it says price, I think it was on Leadership, but it's also on a few other online blogs as well. Price of cooking gas rises drastically as marketers give unexpected reason. Now, it says that the prices of LPG, commonly known as cooking gas, have surged again across some major cities. We have Lagos, we have Oyo, we have Ogun, Rivers, and of course the FCT as well. Now, this raises a lot of concerns because, I mean, even before we came, on air, I was talking about how, they've already said prices have increased. We're getting to the festive season. There will be a lot of cooking, December loading. You want to cook Christmas rice and all of it. And, apparently the marketers have blamed the supply chain disruptions and saying, to be honest, it's not their fault, right? It's from one person to the other. But now my major question is which way? Because the truth is, naturally, when you're approaching December, the prices of things naturally just increase because, it's a celebratory, period. And now this one is also giving another hike in prices, and it's maybe leaving little or nothing for them, for their profit margin and things like that. I don't know how the government intends to intervene to curb the price hike, because it's similar to, when we talk about increase in price for, fuel or petrol and, other things like that. So I think, now, you run a business now.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say.
So how are you even maybe planning
rather
towards
than
it?
like wait on the government, like life, I think you need to find a solution by yourself.
Right.
So I would suggest, because again, I can't even suggest that we go the electrical route, because how much light is there for you to use your electric stove?
Right.
Yes.
So what many of us are trying to do, so I still use gas. I don't have a choice because my oven is a gas oven. There's some things and even sometimes I still cook with gas, but I've also had to learn how to incorporate charcoal. So I have to invest in those charcoal stoves.
I've seen fancy ones now.
Yeah, no. So there's some that smoke, which isn't good. So there was one in the excitement I bought one, two. It wasn't very good because it was smoking a lot, and I was worried about the health of my guys. So I now research and got some other ones that were a lot more expensive, but once it's well done, you won't even see any smoke and all that. So, and charcoal is a lot. I mean, the whole bag of charcoal is 12,500 with transport.
Wow.
If one my guys are coating,
sack.
buy a sack.
Wow.
And how long will that last?
So, I mean, that would last. It depends on your usage. But if the average family, let me not even talk as a business.
Exactly.
Let me talk for
Thank
a
you.
home
Yes.
that is cooking. I'm sure that of 1,500 will probably last you for the whole of maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Yeah. I was talking to a laborer yesterday.
With the right
actually.
stove.
I was talking to somebody who works as a laborer, and he was
Yeah.
talking. Well, I can't remember what he was saying. We were talking about kerosene, and I said, "Is there still kerosene in this country?"
People still do.
You know, but because gas had become so much
So
more cheaper
affordable
than
and was convenient.
kerosene, most people, even
You know.
people who you regard as poor people, didn't stop using kerosene and start using gas. And now those same people are now having to battle with the rise in cost of gas. You know, so can you let the poor people breathe?
Can they even
Because the fact that people have to go back to even charcoal is really telling. You know, and it's
I
sad.
remember when I told my dad almost was like, well, no,
Yes,
you're
what
buying
charcoal?
I
Exactly.
didn't grow up
Yes.
with charcoal. What's going on? I'm like, yeah, daddy, I have to be innovative. Like, I can't be. I know how much gas I buy every week. And I cannot keep slamming my customers, like keep putting the money. I need to be able to do it in such a way that it's demure. Where they bear some, we also have to bear some. And because I cannot bear too much, I need to find, okay, what other ways can I, make this work? So that's what we've done. So for the average home, you can buy the charcoal, Google, research the charcoal stoves that burn like white gas, not the smoky ones. And you trust me, you just have to plan your cooking though, because once you're able to light the coal stove, it's hot for a while. So meaning you don't want to keep turning it off, putting it on. So you just probably plan your cooking. That okay, today I have to make ogbonok, and you just know that you put it on, you do your cooking back to back, back to back, back to back. I know that you're done.
That's innovative.
So I think a bag will probably last the average one, maybe 3 to 4 weeks.
To be honest, though, I think
very affordable.
our government is steady pushing us to think of more creative ways to just survive. To be honest, because who would have thought we're going back to charcoal? The rural households who were even they would some of them had the alternative. Okay, they might have the stove with the kerosene and still have like a cam gas. But now, as the cam gas no are affordable, they feed us. Let them go back.
So even me, kerosene was like a phobia for me because it's strong, and because we cook,
The smell.
I don't want any errors of
You're smelling kerosene in
something
your
went to go and drop
Exactly.
inside. So I said no. Let's just because they'll just say I'm sorry, ma, but the damage is already done. So I just try to think of something else, and I think we're managing
just
better.
fine. Okay. I think there's some way we can even link this price hike in cooking gas to
my headline.
Tinubu talking about power being very pivotal. So let's hear your headline.
So my headline is coming from Tribune, and it says we place high premium on stable power. Tinubu tells Cement. So President Bola Tinubu has restated his administration's commitment to improving the country's electricity supply and enhancing livelihoods. Okay. He noted that the power sector remains central to stimulating the economy, particularly in the industrial, educational, and healthcare sectors. He also made this declaration on Monday at the State House at a meeting with the German company Siemens Energy, the technical contractor handling the Presidential Power Initiative, PPI. So the Siemens Energy delegation was led by CS Dofar, Managing Director of Middle East and Africa. And also at this meeting were other people that are trying to discuss, like Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy, the Minister of Power and all this. So there's this expression of hope, that when the completion of this phased power project is gone, that Nigeria would have I heard there was another headline I read, talks about 4,000 watts. And I'm thinking, is that really still a lot? Because for the size of the country and the use and the fact that we have a lot of manufacturers, there's a lot of industrialization. Because I think we're currently on 5,500 watts. So if I add in another 4,000, that's progress. Let me not be a dampener. But for the size of this company,
is that enough?
For this country, I'm thinking 4,000 watts, we should be thinking 20-something thousand watts. For starters, or 30-something thousand watts. If they give us the 4,000 watts, who are we? We will take it with all joy. Because at the end of the day, it's power that is literally the heartbeat of any business. Because trust me.
And any country, any economy.
Babe, if power was stable and I tell people, when people complain about band A, band B, I tell them that if I was on band A, it's cheaper for me than what I'm currently using to run my business. Because at best, maybe I'll be doing for the biggest location that will do most of the production. At best, I'll probably be doing maybe 700K a month. It's heavy. I'm not saying it's cheap. But I'm doing almost times 3 of that now. Trying to buy diesel, paying my NEPA bill and fuel. So it does not pay me to pay 700 or even 1 million a month.
Right.
Do you understand? I know that I have power all the time. So we really, really need power for
Absolutely.
business. Yes.
Absolutely. And I like that. I mean, the fact that they say they place a high premium on something. What you do when you say you place a high premium on something is what will determine if you really do place a high premium on it. What are they doing beyond just saying they are placing a high premium on it? What are the actions they are taking? Because number one, I mean, I went to Kenya and even there they have power, you know. So, but I know that you can't compare Kenya to
I will compare my sister. We're all in Africa together.
Yes, but our population is a whole lot.
Okay,
Servicing
true.
like a whole lot more people is not the same as servicing. You know, exactly. So it's a lot, and which for me calls to, I mean. Us having people, that's why I say when people finish with masters every time in our universities, what are they researching? Who is researching how we can actually figure out this power issue in our country?
So maybe it's expensive trying to figure out, maybe as we're figuring out power and other things, maybe we actually need to start working on population.
That's another, yes.
To be removing some people.
No,
like
remove. So like a succession, like a plan, like
you'll be shocked that
clearly we're a lot now, but
people that have the most children.
That's what
What are
they
we
do in China.
ensuring to educate them?
But that's actually what they did.
I think it's 1 or 2 children.
Exactly,
I've
but
said that
but they
on
have
this
seen
table
that.
before, yes,
They have seen
but-
that this is not sustainable, so they started trying to implement that. You know what they are
Yes.
they were incentivizing people. They'll give
Yes.
them that don't have more than
Have
1
high
or 2
population too,
max.
yes.
Well, can
need
it
to
work
start
in this
doing that.
Nigeria? Because truthfully, just like you said, it seems like it's those, you know,
Yes, the
that
boys
are
that have the most
below
kids.
the
Yes, 7 kids,
They are
12
the ones
kids.
that will be doing 6, 7 disciples.
But I don't even think it's because they love children that much. It's also because they are
they
not
have
very enlightened about how you can actually
Family
go to
planning.
the other room without necessarily showing the
Yes.
result of the other
And
room.
also a lot of them,
You don't understand, like,
and
why
also a
must
lot
there
of them
be-
because of the mindset, because they feel like, okay, we are poor. If I have a lot, I've heard poor people say this. If I have a lot of children, at least one of them will take us out of poverty. I'm telling you.
Are you
Yes,
serious?
So
serious.
it's like a probability thing.
Yeah, so what if I have 12? At least
how do
12
you
them.
take
Yes,
care of
and then
12
obviously a lot of them
now?
also, because they are unemployed, they have a lot of time to have sex. Because
But I'm
they're
saying
not
that
working.
There's nothing
must be
to
sex
do.
translate to.
Oh, exactly.
Because
That's
you
also
can't
the
have
enlightenment
it.
now,
exactly.
because some
It
of them
doesn't
are
have to
not even-
translate
to children.
It doesn't have to.
Okay, so I
But I've
think
heard some of them say, if you have a lot, one of them, what do they say? Yes, I've heard it before.
well,
so-
maybe we should propose this bill that you know, we can
I think they need to start. We need to start
and
watching
a
the
limit
population.
to number of offspring
Children
that
people can
you know,
have.
each family should.
Yes.
There was a movie I watched where I think it was 1 child per family, and by mistake
They had
the
another.
woman
They
had
had to hide
another.
the other one.
So yes, they had to hide
they hide
her
it.
for her like 16, 18 years.
Wow.
I know there will be some people with coconut head that will see, you know,
Exactly,
but I mean,
yes.
if we implement it, just maybe we'll be able
might
to
help
control
down the
our
line,
population.
Yeah,
Ah.
I think we're too much.
'Cause, no, we're a lot. We're
We're a
very
lot,
plenty, and we
yes.
cannot be sacking some people from the country, even with the people that are jackbarring to
doesn't matter.
Still
other
a lot.
countries.
It's just maybe
We're
like
still a
10%. It's not 10% that Jack Barron, to be honest.
Because who can really
not a
afford
lot?
it?
Yes,
Have you seen those
exactly.
bills?
It's very expensive. It's not a lot.
And they are even more stringent now, so it seems like we'd have more people, you know, staying with the country. But like I said, you know, before, maybe we just propose this bill and see what will come out of it. But that's all we can take of the headlines this morning. After this break, we get into the main conversation for the day. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook at Dominion Television, so join the conversation. We'll be right back after this.
My name is Chioma Fakorede. I am the founder of Olama Cares Foundation, and I would like to tell you that your mental health is as important as your physical health. It's okay not to be okay, and even if you feel not okay, please seek help. There are professionals who will be able to help you.
From the heart of the nation, we all take that.
I'm Oyelami Christiana, founder and managing director of the Bankilulas brand. Dear buddingpreneur, don't forget, you would shatter the glass ceilings when you sit with that problem, pen it on paper on ways to solve the problem, and then don't just stop at writing, implement, go for it. The sky is only but your starting point.
From the heart of the nation, we all
All right, now to today's conversation, and it's one that every woman can relate to. We're talking about staying feminine at every age. As women, we go through so many phases, from our 20s full of energy and discovery to our 40s and 50s where priorities and bodies begin to shift. But through it all, one thing ties us together: that sense of being feminine, how we carry ourselves, care for our bodies, and of course express our confidence. So with me on the table are two incredible women, each representing, you know, a different season of life, and together we'll be unpacking how we can stay confident, graceful, and feminine through every stage. So now I'll start with Ronnie, right? Be like exam. So how would you define femininity? you know, for you? Is it just about how you look, or how you act, or, you know, how you just think, essentially?
I think for me, femininity would be how I feel, more how I feel than, you know, when I feel soft. It's about that, and I'm not saying that every woman is going to, that's why I say how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, so but I think femininity is, you know, just feeling rested, feeling so, not feeling like I'm having to struggle. True. And I think so when oftentimes, because you know on Twitter, when people, we know we have this battle between feminists and people who preach femininity. Because sometimes feminists feel like you are trying to peg women into this, they must be like this damsel in distress that people are coming to rescue.
Yes.
You know, so, but I get it where people that preach femininity come from. Because I don't think women were created to struggle or do extraordinary, strenuous things, I feel, you know, because I know when I'm driving sometimes, and I can feel when you know, I'm driving in my masculine energy in quotes, you know, so it's a bit confusing because the line is quite blurred. You know, people need to be able to feel however they want to feel. But for me, I like feeling so, but also being able to, I don't feel femininity means that you shouldn't be in charge or you shouldn't take leadership roles. So I want to still be in charge, but do it in a way that is not a struggle, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, what about you? What do you think? Are you you know, tilting towards that angle as well?
Oh, absolutely. So because I'm a feminist, I always tell people I'm a feminist, but I'm not a fanatic. So I found out that feminism now is just a bunch of bored young Gen Zs who are taking things, you know, to the extreme. Just like every sector, there are always people that go to the extreme.
Yes.
You know, for me, being a feminist is about equity. It's about equality. I'm not saying somebody I'm higher or better than anybody. So for me, I would rather practice modern femininity, where I like to be handled gently.
With care.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Forget that. Forget that. Oh, I'm a mom. Another. So that's the more reason why I want to be handled gently, because there's some roles already in my life that requires that I must be hard. I must be tough. I must be proactive. So can I not just rest? So I want to be handled gently. I want to. For me, femininity means maybe also the aura I carry. So means how I can be approached. Because I think that's what we want to determine how you're approached. To be honest, because if you come in with the energy of, you know, you're cool, you're confident, you're not a walkover, but there's just this aura around you. So people will think twice before they come and just come and rub.
Absolutely.
Because
So,
I think that there are some young ladies now, right, who maybe focus on the outside a lot, and their inner feminine energy is like gone. They're like body on the outside, but agbero on the inside, you know. And then I feel like a woman should be, you know, prim and proper and put together, you know, and how you know, there was one video of they said how women should, like, you shouldn't laugh, haha, you should laugh, ahaha.
Thanks.
Like, there are ways, I feel like there are ways,
whatever she wants,
you know, there are ways you can just be put together.
So I think we can be everything. So I'll use myself as an example. People have lived through different types of me over the years. So I remember growing up, I was like a tomboy. I still think I'm so people don't agree because I like fashion, but doesn't mean I still don't. Like I would rather pick playing basketball with my son than going to the nail studio. So I still have those traits. On a good day, if I don't have to dress up, I'm probably in slacks or leggings and a tee. So I'll pick comfort over beauty is pain. No. So I still have those traits. I think as a woman, you can be everything, but it's also about balance. You know when you can be what. Again, you cannot be too laugh gently when you're going to Agbeni market.
Exactly.
But I need to bring that energy. I need to bring that energy. Oh, I know what I'm about. So please, this is what I want, and price it and look for. But then you know the energy where you know that you have to be laugh, cover when you're drinking tea, cover your mouth. And, so I think it's about balance.
Absolutely.
And
I think for me is, I think where we go wrong is trying to sort of tell somebody how box people in the corner. Because I think femininity isn't about I don't want to say, because I've said softness, but femininity is because a lot of people have had struggle and they are used to struggle and they're carrying a trauma.
It's a trauma response.
So for them, they don't know how to be soft. They don't know how to be. However, in life, there's nobody that's all soft. There's nobody, because you go through things that will determine that. Even, I mean, there are people who are not married. Does that mean if their light goes out, they shouldn't know how to take care of themselves? So life is about the soft and the hard. So it's how you handle it. So my issue with some people is how for them it always has to be, you know, things have to, and I think for them it's just a trauma response, you know. And then some people who feel like, oh, you need to do this. I just think it's unrealistic because nobody is this way all the time. There are some things that you will have to face, and you have to face them not even just as a woman, but just as a person. You know, so that's the thing for me that I have with that femininity subject. The fact that you want me to look a certain way. I can be, that's why I talked about being a leader, but not trying to be a man. Leadership is not gender-based. So I can be a leader, I can face situations in a way that I'm handling it like a mature person, but not necessarily as if, oh, everything has to be a struggle, everything has to be a fight. That's where I have a, you know, problem with that.
In fact, I would add that I think one major superpower of women would be the fact that they can twist and turn and bend to different situations and times of life. I mean, at the point where you're younger, you're younger. At the point where you get married, you're a married woman.
Shape up to every
precisely, and then you get married, and then you have children, and then you become a boss. You're an employee, you're an entrepreneur. You know, we can just take on different, you know, positions at the same time, and know that, okay, just like you said, if I'm in the market, I could be prim and proper, you know, at one place. So but when I'm in the market, the switch up will be so quick, but I'm still delivering you know, for what you know is required. You know, I've met some people who are very, very calm and soft-spoken, and no matter how tough. So they know how to, so it's not about, I'm trying to explain that, it's not even about, there are people who I know who are just very, even when they're angry, they're still calm.
They're still calm, but they know how to, you know, their tone will change. So it's not about, so if you're putting on an act, it's not femininity. Just like how, that's why people have issues with trans these days. That being a woman is not about long hair, it's not about, you know, when people say,
hand one way.
Being a woman is deeper than that. So even femininity is deeper than that. You can be calm, but when you walk into space, you command respect and command authority. So that's why. So when people are putting out the actors, it's just about, you know, being like this. That's a problem because it's not an act. You can command respect and command authority.
I find really laughable is a lot of women think all of this being feminine and self-care is only about the physical. So they spend tons of money on their hair, on their skin, whether it's by bleaching or by makeup, but whatever. But I tell people that self-care is beyond that because for me, I feel self-care starts from your mental health.
Oh, true.
I think, and whatever feeds your mental space is what will reflect on the outside. So I think people need to find the time in whatever phase you are in life, whether a young girl, student, a girlfriend, a fiancé, a wife, a mom, because we go through, and trust me, you need different things for every stage to be balanced. Because I can tell you for free that there was a time I did not care to fix my nails. I couldn't be bothered. Like I said at some point, I couldn't be bothered. Pick and go. But I find that I find it a bit more relaxing now that I'm older because I just feel like it just makes me feel like, okay, you know, you know. So so I think that those things. So self-care begins with, you know, from inside, what you feed your energy, your emotional energy, your mental energy, and that's what will reflect, you know, on how you now. So don't prioritize. It's good. It's like we look nice. So it's nice. It's good to look nice, but that's not like your. That shouldn't be like your priority.
And a lot of women also do it to attract men because they feel like that's
Are you sure?
Some of them think that's what they
I know there are people who do courses and master classes
I
on
think
how
women
to
dress more to pepper each other.
No, it's not about
they are
their
men.
dress. It's about that femininity, yes.
Most times
so because they feel
men.
like men like submissive women. So and I know there are people who do master classes. Oh, there's a lady I know who. She has testimonials. Girls who have, you know, embraced more their feminine energy and they've attracted, they say high value men like a woman who's
they like
you know, you don't.
You can't be loud and all over the place.
But if it's not your true self,
exactly,
it's not sustainable.
That's my problem.
It will not
at
be
least the guy don't put the ring finish. Don't enter house.
When he not sees you, when he sees
that you do after when he has
this is the real you.
There's nothing he can do after that.
But anyways, let's talk about hygiene real quick. Right? Because I mean, this is supposed to apply to all ages, you know, of, you know, the woman's development. So from, you know, teenage years to younger years, older years. I remember, you know, someone saying, I think it was secondary school, she was saying that, that she doesn't use roll-on, no, that it's not good for the body, that the body has a natural, and she does not clean, she doesn't clean anything, she just goes like that. She says she does not use body lotion, she doesn't use roll-on, that the body just does what and the smell was a lot. Yes. Wow. The smell was a lot, and I feel like, of course, I think, you know, it was a family thing, you know, the mother too,
obviously,
you know,
her mom must have done
and
that.
I'm like, I think what we're telling our children is very, very important, because
Are you just telling girls that? Are you saying that from a girl's point of view?
Oh, yes.
Just, okay.
Yes.
No, even for everybody.
So even for girl dads, to be honest, because if he's a single father as well, I think those conversations are important. Having those hygiene conversations, how to care for your body, because now I think it's not becoming a pandemic where you are encountering at least one smelly person on the road. And unfortunately, some of these people actually do not know, because they do not know they smell, they do not know that there is just something off about them.
So one thing I want to say, I don't know if it's weird to say it here, but I will say it anyway. So I do know that is a pro tip for a woman or even for a guy. You cannot go to the bathroom and not use water. It's a taboo.
I not use water. What are you now doing in the bathroom?
Toilet roll. That's what people use.
I was thinking that taking a bath. I'm like,
or even we. And then they just, and I'm like, no, you can't do. And the truth is, a lot of people don't realize that it now impacts your body smell. And after a while, you're not being to have that
popular opinion, but if you still use tissue,
no, please don't. And it's okay. Use tissue first, then use water.
I suspect you. Tissue
is a red flag.
Please, girl,
it's bad. Tamba,
girl. Someone uses the description like
for hygiene, is that, and then you need to start telling your babies.
Like if you have like poop on your hand and you just clean it with a tissue, would you be fine? You will go ahead to like wash. So I mean, you might as well.
And you might as well. Forms a crack in your butt and you don't know it starts to smell. It's seriously use water.
So please, it's very important. Start using water from when they're young. Don't say when she's a teenager. No, from when she's young. So a simple pro tip when you're building your house or you move your house,
do a bidet.
Get a plumber and get a bidet. You know, it's very easy, very straightforward. You know.
What's tamba?
Tamba is
Yes. Oh my goodness. So let's talk about hygiene through, I mean, these different stages, you know, the young girl, the older lady, because I also feel like sometimes maybe because we've spoken about how, you know, women, you know, embody different what would I call it? Phases. And sometimes you just feel like, oh, to be honest, I'm just so tired and lazy, and then we forget that there is that self-care and hygiene, you know, still essential. So how do we, as we're changing in life, still pay attention to hygiene? Because nobody wants to be walking around smelling. Nobody wants to walk around like that.
And it's about self-love. I know stages in my life, just like you said today, I never used to do my nails. You know, now now
more particular.
Exactly. I never used to do skincare. It was just one time. So you have to know yourself.
I think I literally started skincare a year before I turned 40. Because about my sister schooled me. No, Tifa is a skincare
For me, it was just about okay, just moisturize and go. But now I have
exactly.
my niacinamide serum, I have my vitamin D, I have my process, I go to the spa every month. I go and get a facial every month. Those things it's not even just a femininity thing. You know, because I know some men too who care for themselves. But for especially women, I think these things are not even just to look nice, but to feel good. Going to the spa every month, I know what it does for me. Getting my nails done, I just love, you know, exactly. So there are different stages of your life. So it's about, as the more you embrace yourself and love yourself, the more you just think, okay, it would be nice to do this for me. Because as women, we do so much for everybody else.
True. And the truth is, self-care, if you begin to look at self-care like a deposit, is many times whatever you do now is what's going to show in the next 10. That's how you see some 80-year-olds and you're going to be like, so are you 80? And you see someone, you think they are 94. So whatever you start now, even for your mental health, you're investing in yourself. So don't say it like, it's not just, it's, for example, you're using sunscreen, means you're probably going to have way less wrinkles when you're older. So now, then they will not be saying that those people did surgery.
Exactly.
But if they went back to when they were in their 30s, 40s, they will know that they were spending a mini fortune on their skincare and all of that. So it's about investing in yourself for later. So you can be a happier grandmom.
Even with our kids.
Because I mean, imagine being used to getting a massage like twice a month. You know, you're a happy grandmom. Your grandchildren come to the house, you're happy to, you're relaxed. You're not cranky.
You're not
patience.
I know there's this grandma in church who literally, she's like, it is something you would never tell. Exactly. She wears, like, we call her Mama Shine Shine because she is very intentional about how she looks. Exactly. She's wearing shiny clothes.
I'm sure she has been like that.
She will put blush.
Shout out to my grand Nene. I don't know if you know Nene. Nene, Mrs. Oshimbolu.
Yes.
Red head.
Fabulous.
Look, trust me, anybody that you see, whatever they're at this point,
they've been there.
5 years ago they did something. It's not magic.
10 years.
10 years ago they did something. So you too, your own 10 years is coming soon.
Exactly.
So what are you going to do? So even with my girls, I make sure I started doing skincare, buying skincare products for them.
My husband always laments because it goes,
Yeah, so when they're going to school, they have skincare budgets.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Sometimes I have to kick against because it is expensive.
It
I'm
is,
like, you know, I want them to.
Ronke, when we started,
start.
it was not that expensive,
Yeah,
to be fair.
But when we were on your wedding, we didn't start at their age as well.
No, for them is what I'm saying now.
Thank
When
you.
I started, so
Yes.
what even made me start for her is I'm big on, like I said, it's I want to raise confident kids, and because we are quite close, so once I see there's a shift in that confidence, we have these conversations, and I think for her it was the time she was having a lot of breakouts, and I'm a mom. Of course, I want to find a solution to. I don't have to say that's all our teenagers have their face. Why do I have to do that? If we've all graduated from using touchlight phones to Android and smartphones, so that means our mindset should evolve as well. So I'm like, okay, what can I do? I'll Google what are the safe things for her age, and I involve maybe vitamin C, sunscreen, and buying those things for her, and making her, you have to start a routine, and all of that. I started from like age 14. So I have to start that with my baby now. That's the age. Yes.
Maybe
14,
times 15. Have changed though, because I know when I was from like JS1 to like maybe JS3, it was just a known thing for teenagers to have breakouts.
Yeah, it's known.
Breakouts, eczema,
it's known, but you can manage it now that we're more informed.
Aware,
you can now manage it better. I mean, I'm not saying that she wasn't breaking anymore, but it was greatly controlled, and her confidence. I saw that she was more happy to go out and all that. And so now, but then it wasn't as but now that dollar times. Exactly. So when I buy my own and I see the high, I'm like,
mine didn't start that early. I think I said when it's in uni.
Yeah.
But I mean now, even if you keep it basic, your face wash, your toner, your vitamin C,
moisturizer,
you don't do much. You don't do much.
Some people buy
at least 3 or 4.
Because I mean, some people would say yes. I know. To be very honest, because especially for ladies, how you look. I know what when people say, "Oh, you have so many people start to recommend things." I know what it does to your confidence, right?
It does a lot.
But on the other side, people now start to say, "Oh, you're introducing them to these things too early. Won't it, expose them to vanity?" Say, for example, now Kanye West, his issue with the way Kim Kardashian is
so for me,
like
I always say on this table, I don't know if you know what my favorite word is on this table.
Emotional intelligence.
No, after emotional intelligence, balance.
I'm a lawyer.
Okay.
Balance.
I was going to say I'm a lawyer.
Look, everything is about
balance.
So I don't agree that exposing children
is vanity.
is vanity. No, now let me give you a real life example. So when we first moved to Ibadan and we left where we were living before, my landlady then had kids. I admire them so much. So they went to high-end schools, Oxford. I'm talking about the premium UK schools, and they are the most. So these are people that were exposed. So the person in question I want to talk about he's probably the most responsible drinker I've ever known. And guess what age he was introduced to drinking officially by the school? 14. So they introduced them and they introduced
like small
with control. So because of that, he's controlling. So if you notice, most people drink to stupor, eat to stupor out of lack. That's what drives that eagerness to I want to die here. So that's why. So till now, he started at 40, but till now, he won't take more than a glass of wine. Because it's not cojology, what's that English?
Yes, it's
it's not wine, but we would have that old age that you have to be hiding. It's when you judge one bottle. It's when you now want to down that whole bottle. Exactly. So that's why I said I don't know if it's about it's about balance too. I mean, I'm not saying she should wear lipstick. I'm saying take care of yourself. I'm paying attention, and it's also love, and that's why a girl child will feel like you're paying attention because those little things matter to her. Right. Okay. So you're going to be like, okay, it matters to me too.
Yes, and I also think as a mom, because my children also start asking because they see me as well. They see how I take it. Once I take my bath, I go through my process of my, so they see it. So they know I'm not curious. They know I'm not vain. So that's the thing. I don't think that it teaches your children that they matter as well, and they should. If they want something to look good, they should make it look good. Put in the effort.
Okay. It's about balance. So your second favorite word, because to be honest, I think with this example you gave, I think it also depends on the individual as well. Because I want to believe that another person in that situation, even though it was exposed at 14, could still have ended up being a heavy drinker.
Most French people I've hung out with usually are very demure.
Yes. True.
And do you know what age they start to drink? Age 8.
But it's not.
But they are not in the majority. So I'm not saying it's hard liquors. It's probably wines, probably white wine. And we just give them a bit. Right. So that way, and I find out that I use that approach. Maybe not with alcohol, but I use that approach with my kids, so that it's not a big deal to them. So even if they see their friends, that's what I'm trying to say, that's probably why my kids are not materialistic. In fact, sometimes I beg them, let me buy this. They're like, Mom, no, because they introduce it to them and don't attach too much to it. So just see it as is one of those things. Do you understand?
All right, just to wrap up, I think it's just very essential, from all we've said that, balance is important. And through all the stages of life, whether you're a girl mom or dad mom, single parent, double parents, instilling these things in our girl children, very important. Just so you know that, okay, I'm a woman, I'm feminine on the outside and inside. I can care for myself because I need to be cared for because, of course, I'm giving out so much. Something I try to do for myself every month is, no matter how little, I do something for myself. So even something, my sister says as well, if it's to do my nails, do my lashes, not just because I maybe have to do it for work but just because it makes me feel good. Just like you said, it's a happy feeling, to be honest. And then you feel, okay, I want to be putting on lip gloss every day, even if I'm not doing like full on makeup, I have my brows shaped.
And you put a little together, you'll be addressed the way you look.
Exactly.
Okay, for me in that department, what I did to mess with is massage. I used to do it twice a week.
Really?
Or facial.
Twice a week.
When you're big,
you must be jellish.
Let me tell you.
Not big.
So that's the thing about me. So because I like these things, I will look for opportunities. So I had a home masseuse who, by the time I combine whatever I was spending in the whole month, so probably what I'd have paid to a big salon maybe once or twice.
Oh, okay.
So I spread it.
Ways to, yes.
Because that's what I like. But I don't do that anymore. There was that season I needed that twice a week.
Absolutely.
Wednesdays and Sundays, I didn't miss it.
And to piggyback on that, a lot of people think everything has to be. There was one time I was doing my nails with this girl who was very, very, when I was using Vibe, very expensive. People know her in this Oli. But I had to look at, and as women, that's follow. You must know what's in your body. I had to sit down and look at my. So I cut down on my the manicure budget. And I started doing a place where when people see me there, they always like, you do your, is this place at the mall? I don't know, but they're very full of. But I don't care. To be honest, I also don't care. I don't live my life by. I had cut that budget that, okay, it's either I don't do my nails or I spend this amount on nails, and stuff like. And so you can do that as well. Things don't have to be expensive. They're high-end serums, for example. And they're low-end one. Doctor, a certain doctor, whatever. They are very cheap. It's the cheapest skincare, whatever.
Dr. Rachel.
Thank you. I was not going to mention that.
I don't know if I like it, Sha.
Sorry. You can start there. That's why I started with my
Okay.
Yes, with my kids. That's why I started. You start cheap. We work away and we work.
So I mean, there's always something that can work within your budget.
That's why there's always something.
Because for people who feel like they can't afford it, which way? So there's always something for it.
So like it's expensive, it's not. Okra is not expensive.
Thank you. Ugu is not expensive.
You can decide that that's your effort, or you can decide that you want to buy broccoli and cauliflower.
Yes,
that's on you.
But same thing because somebody else is
doing. So it can be as expensive
for you
or as cheap as you want.
Yes.
Amazing. Do what is good for you. We're going to take a quick break so you see a life hack, and when we get back, we have a famous agree or disagree. Stay with us.
It's the big conversation. It's the big conversation.
Okay, it's been a great conversation off air, but let's get into our agree or disagree segment. Let's see our question of the day, and we get to agree or disagree and defend our answer. So let's see today's statements. As women get older, they naturally lose touch with their feminine energy.
I think you will get more.
As women get older, they naturally lose touch with their feminine energy. Okay, disagree. Now only me agree. Wow.
You actually well. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Who do I go with first? Okay, you go.
Okay.
So definitely, I mean, real life example.
Yeah.
I became much more in tune with my feminine energy because you get to a point in your life where you are beginning to like know what's important and what's not. You'll be able to decipher what works, and you are able to like prioritize properly.
Okay.
And I think that happens to most people, like we said before, phases. So there's a point where there's a phase where you probably are not feminine enough because maybe you're childbearing stage, where you are wondering about how to put diaper in the bag and chase after another toddler that has pulled in the potty and has gotten up and running away. You know, you might not have that much time to be doing. But as we are getting older, when the kids are not even getting older, they're taking care of themselves. I have more time for myself. I can plan with them. They can even pamper me. Mommy, are you hungry? Okay, let me make breakfast in bed for you. It will even make me even feel more like a princess. So I think as women get older, they're also in safe environments. They're also in loving environments.
Thank you.
You get more
That's what I was going to say.
feminine.
I was going to say, I'm going to change that too.
Yes.
As women allow more toxicity in their lives, they lose their feminine energy as they grow. As you allow toxic friends,
feminine.
toxic spouses, toxic friends, toxic situations, if you allow yourself to be in toxic situations,
You're always in trauma mode.
yes.
You're always in trauma mode.
You're always
Trauma
going to want to
response as
fight.
well.
You're always going to, and that's what makes a lot of women lose. You see a lot of women in bad marriages now. It's very sad, but you can tell. You can tell that, they just become harder. They always want to solve everybody's situations and all of that. So as women allow themselves to be around toxic situations as they grow, they lose their feminine energy. Feminine energy is something that's supposed to be rest. In fact, I always tell myself, please, I'm in my rest season. Once I cross 40, I just felt like, I'm in my rest season. I want to be taken care of by myself, by my husband, by my children, and stuff like. So I don't anything that's going to stress me. There's something called cortisol that we're learning a lot more about now.
Yeah.
Please, women, read about it.
Yeah.
If you notice, once your cortisol level is going up, just tell yourself whatever it is stressing you. Yes, if it's at work, please avoid people like that. Avoid situations.
I mean,
that
you
stress you that
from
way.
Yes, because I was worried that actually the more your cortisol rises, that's why you can have diseases. That's why a lot of women are prone to a lot of diseases. You see that the hardened, struggle women are the ones that usually have, lupus and diseases that are actually correlated to stress. Autoimmune diseases. So please.
As we just talk this thing, I just touch my eyes.
As in, I'm telling you.
I was going to agree before now, but I don't disagree.
That makes people
Because initially I was going to say because I've seen like a few, I gave a personal story where maybe just because of life's responsibilities, they just suddenly, don't have that energy. They don't really care about, and they are married already. They have children. They have grandchildren. So what am I,
If you're married to a man child, you will become the man. Because that's why most people say when you marry a man who isn't, I don't want to say provider alone because I don't want it to just be about providing.
Yeah.
If you marry a man who's always, when you
Who's
take
not
on the role, who's not intentional, then you now become the father, mother, the husband, and the wife. You're taking on responsibilities that's beyond you.
And it will tell. It will tell on you.
Yes,
it will
it's
tell on
telling,
you.
and no, it's not good enough for you. Yes.
I even know for sure that if you're in the right environment, women get softer.
thrive,
My mom, there was a period that I know that my dad, I said it here, NNSA lost his job.
Yes.
My mom had to take on taking care of all of us. I know there was that. My mom has always been demure, but there was a time that she had to be like more, like harder and all of that. But I see her now. She's a granny. She's telling me, which glasses should I wear? She has like 18 different pairs to match different colors. She's just very particular. I saw this hair. 70.
Love
so I'm telling you that, you just
Okay.
get to a point where, it's not that serious.
Okay, so I think we want to preach the gospel that irrespective of your age, as you get older, your feminine energy should not, reduce. In fact, you should carry yourself more.
To be savior or captain, and that's why a lot of women, even in the homes,
want to be the
because we want
saviors.
to save. Our husbands sometimes want to help, but because we give up because we've been told the woman is the one that handles. No, let the man do it. Let the man help because stop being captain. Save everyone.
Let me quickly advise people as resident big sisters. So you need to quickly align early. So I remember when I first got married. So my husband is him, chill, quiet, but a lot more traditional than I am. And I remember I got home from work that day. I was pregnant, and we didn't have a maid. We said we didn't want a maid, but we changed our mind not long after that. And then he came. I was tired. And he goes, that he realized that he brought lights, but then I didn't. I just looked at him and said, so if they brought like, what happened? I should be monitoring the. I know that. So I just told him gently
how you wanted to be treated.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah, I'm a princess.
I said I'm a princess without saying I'm a princess.
Exactly.
That's not,
Yes,
that if
darling.
we need things to be done. Let's get
Yes,
it. You know,
even when I
so
was
that's the
thinking,
mistake a lot of people do.
They don't.
They allow a lot of things.
He wants
they
me
You
to
just
now want to now be changing out after when you have already made him got
Thank
used to.
you. The fact that you are a
how
captain saving.
now?
I remember when I was single and I was living alone, I told myself I was not going to have a generator because I'm not going to be pulling generator. So I'll be sitting there in the dark pressing phone by myself. They'll take like, yes.
Are you serious?
I'm
I
like,
love
yes,
that.
and that's one of the things I told my husband. I don't pull gen. I don't turn on
love
gen. I don't do all of those things.
Yes, no.
So-
But
What
for real,
if
because
it's key now? What
Maybe
if
it's key, but then get somebody else
but
to
the
do
truth
that.
is, I remember growing up because I'm the
Yes.
first kid, so I am quite DIY, hands-on.
Yeah.
I'm first to, if anything happens, I'm changing lights. But I remember that.
Yes.
So that's why people say they do it at home. I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
me. If my husband is away, yes,
Yes,
I'll do it. But
I
if,
can do it.
If
Yes,
he's
but
in their
it's not
abode,
part of my yes.
this is how I'll be.
Yes.
So I can relate because
Babe, I don't know what happened to the lighting.
Exactly.
something is just.
I don't know what
my
happened to this
goodness.
camera. Anyone knows?
So I can relate
don't
because I mean
know.
we're all girls,
Yeah.
and
I want to-
so my dad.
please,
I mean, there's
somebody
no
else.
son, so I sort of was
Yes,
like his
exactly.
son. So I mean, I can change lights.
Me too.
I can change
could
tire.
wash
you know,
car
all
and
of that.
But I
And
not wash the
sometimes-
car. You know, when me.
And
Yes, I
sometimes
can
it's
wash
like
it. I can
wash
pride.
it, but I
It's like
can't- I won't
pride
do it.
to be able to tell your husband that, oh, I can do this, I
Ah,
can do this.
you're telling
But I'm
me.
like, well, may I not make
go
mistakes?
do 'em.
So you will not say because you can do it, you
Exactly.
do it.
Yes.
So you know that
You
there
will
was one-
get carried away. It's human.
there's
You
the
will-
video
yes.
of when my husband is not around, you are carrying everything.
Yes.
You're doing it, but when he's
What's that
around,
like this?
Exactly.
amazing.
Don't
love
say
it.
we know we have not helped
Exactly.
money, you know.
Strategy. Somebody say
You understand?
strategy.
Strategy.
Let's see our wise words on the web today. Oh, what a conversation. Let's see our wise words on the web for today's conversation. Ronnie, can you read, please?
When you recover or discover something that nourishes your soul and brings joy, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. Jean Shinoda Balin. Is it Balin or Bolin?
Bolin.
Bolin.
Yes, so
Bolin.
please make room for, please find your joy in the little things.
Yes.
Absolutely. Make room for your own joy, I beg you, lady.
So just real quick before we go, what I want us to share are like beauty hacks or beauty tips for like aging gracefully. So what I had mentioned before is like lip gloss.
Yes.
You know, once in a while do your lashes, have your eyebrows
Sleep,
shaved, you know, do your
auntie,
nails.
sleep.
So what beauty hack would you give?
Sleep, take naps, please sleep. Because as you get older, obviously it becomes harder to sleep. So I found that sleep is so important. Sleep, drink lots of water, smile, and please remove yourself from situations that don't serve you. I beg you,
So,
with all my heart.
Everything Ronnie and our Edokun have they've said, but
Yeah.
I would also add that you need to move. So even if you're walking,
Oh,
because
yes.
when you walk, it releases this hormones that
Yes.
naturally calm you and release this healthy
Yes.
things to your skin. So you need to walk. So it's not only about being topical.
Yes.
Skincare is fantastic. You
Yes.
need to do that, but
Boy.
it starts from inside.
Inside.
So your diet is key.
Yes.
What you eat,
Eat good.
more. And I tell people balance again. It's the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a treat. You shouldn't be eating every day. A treat is something you take from time to
Yeah.
time. So having burger is not a bad thing, but having it
Yes.
every day
Yes,
is the
a bad
issue.
thing, yes.
So do you understand? So that's why you need to balance these
Yeah.
things. Make it a lifestyle and
Yeah,
you're good
dance,
to go.
dance in front of the mirror, naked if you can. Love your body, yes. Dance, dance.
Yes, that was our
Exactly.
Isn't that my
Love
mirror?
your body and dance.
Oh my goodness. At the end of the day, staying feminine at every age isn't about chasing youth. It's about embracing yourself, caring for your body, just like we've said, and carrying grace with confidence. Whether you're in your 20s discovering yourself, or your 40s managing a family and business, or even in your 50s living in full bloom, femininity evolves, but it never expires. So take care of yourself, please. Like we said, sleep, eat well, eat healthy, drink water, okay? And of course, you'll see that your future self will thank you for it. Maybe it'll just be like this Mama Shine that I mentioned, you know, before. But we say a big, big thank you to you for joining us on the show. We would see you next time on another episode of
The Big Conversation.
Voices rising, stories told, truth unfolding, brave and bold. In this space we speak our mind, different views all intertwined. It's the big conversation where the real ones talk. From the heart of the nation we all take that walk. Through the fire, through the facts we don't hold back. It's the big, big conversation.